Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. मम ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाशुदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा। So we are reading from 6th chapter. What is the verse number, Virat Prabhu? Today Virat Prabhu is not there. He sent the reminder, but he himself is not there. I think we are discussing 6.44 was done.
47.
Oh, Virat Prabhu came. Hey, Virat Prabhu, you sent the reminder, but you only come later.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Oh, you have to be there. You're the host. You have to host everyone.
Oh, thank
I
you,
know
Prabhuji.
you might be working for your, preparing for going for job, I believe. So might be in rush. No problem. So 44 is 5 is done, right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
46 you have to do. Yeah. Tapasvibhyodhiko yogi. You can repeat. You're sharing, Virat Prabhu? ज्ञानिभ्योऽपि मतोऽधिकः कर्मिभ्यश्चाधिको योगी तस्माद् योगी भवार्जुन. So here Krishna is telling Arjuna to become a yogi. Tasmad yogi bhavarjuna. Okay. Yogi is greater than the ascetic, greater than the empiricist, and greater than the fruitive worker. Therefore, Arjuna, in all circumstances, be a yogi. When we speak of yoga, we refer to linking our consciousness with the supreme absolute truth. Such a process is named differently. I don't know whether my voice and audio is stable. Is it coming properly? Such a process is named differently by various practitioners in terms of the particular method adopted. When the linking process is predominantly in fruitive activity, it is called karma yoga. When it is predominantly empirical, it is called jnana yoga. And when it is predominantly in devotional relationship with the Supreme Lord, it is called bhakti yoga. Bhakti yoga or Krishna consciousness is the ultimate perfection of all yogas, as will be explained in the next verse. The Lord has confirmed herein the superiority of yoga, but he has not mentioned that it is better than bhakti yoga. Bhakti yoga is full spiritual knowledge, and therefore nothing can excel it. Asceticism without self-knowledge is imperfect. Empiric knowledge without surrender to the Supreme Lord is also imperfect. And fruitive work without Krishna consciousness is a waste of time. Therefore, the most highly praised form of yoga performance mentioned here is Bhakti Yoga. And this is still more clearly explained in the next verse. So, Bhakti Yoga is the highest process for attaining the Supreme Lord. That's what Krishna is telling in the next verse as well. And of all the yogis, the one with great faith who always abides in me, thinks of me within himself, and renders transcendental loving service to me, is most intimately united with me in yoga, and the highest of all. That is my opinion. So Krishna is talking about who the best yogi. The best yogi is a devotee of the Lord. So, we have to link our consciousness with the supreme absolute truth, and that is essentially called yoga. Yoga means to connect, to connect to the supreme absolute truth. So different people may adopt different process to connect to the supreme absolute truth, depending upon what understanding they have about the absolute truth. So those people who have those who go through empirical knowledge, and they may have a conception of absolute truth as something impersonal, right? So they are trying to link with absolute truth in that understanding. With that understanding, it's called Gyan Yoga then. So it's a speculative knowledge. And those who may be um, trying to connect to the Lord through the process of fruitive work, meaning they are trying to engage in the fruitive activities with some sense of understanding of that they're trying to offer it to Krishna. But the understanding of the Supreme Personality of Godhead as an object of love and service, is not that prominent. They're more attached to the work and the result of the work. So what it says that when linking process predominantly fruitive activities, predominantly means more is about working and being attached to the fruit. Of course, as he progresses, then he may become Nishkam Karma Yogi and then come to Bhakti Yoga platform. So then that work becomes Bhakti Yoga. I think I was explaining other day also about it, right? So, and if it is devoid of Krishna consciousness at all, there is no Krishna consciousness, it's completely fruitive activity, then it's a waste of time. Prabhupada says, eventually, a fruitive work without Krishna consciousness, waste of time. Asceticism without self knowledge is imperfect. So, if you are having so-called penances and austerities and some kind of yoga practice, and there is no understanding about you are the soul, and you have there is no understanding about the Lord and devotion is completely devoid of that. So this is completely imperfect actually. Yeah. So it's an empiric knowledge without surrender to the Supreme Lord also is also imperfect. So all that loses its meaning. So ultimately, everything what we are trying to, any path which anybody may be trying to adopt, ultimately it has to come to the platform of linking oneself to that Supreme Personality of God, Shri Krishna, directly. That is a perfection and the culmination of any path anybody takes. No. So, but Krishna is telling so become a yogi. So, he's greater than ascetic, greater than the empiricist, greater than the fruity worker. So here the Prabhupada explaining that how that means Krishna wants Arjuna to be a bhakta yogi. Because saying that you become a yogi, and his yogi is better than ascetic, empiricist, and fruity worker, because he's linking his consciousness with the supreme personality of Godhead. So that is the highest process. And um, anybody who is engaging himself in Krishna consciousness is linking his consciousness to the supreme personality of Godhead. So he doesn't he is actually already he's above any fruity worker, any jnana yogi, any kind of yogi who may be trying to meditate on the super soul to attain Brahma Jyoti or to attain Vaikuntha. So the devotee of the Lord is the highest yogi. That's what the next verse is saying. It's the highest yogi. So, like if you see in the case of Durvasa Muni and Amrish Maharaj is a great king, right? And Durvasa Muni was a great sannyasi, a yogi. So when there was some not exactly any kind of mistake from the Amrish Maharaj side, but Durvasa Muni unnecessarily became so angry, so upset when there was some, um, when he came to know that Amrish Maharaj has taken some drop of water, broke his fast before feeding him, and his disciples. So that was not a mistake. That was just to respect that, Ekadashi Vrata, the Parana time, he had to take some drop of water. He just took drop of water, which is as good as not breaking, as good as not eating, but also breaking the fast, which was completely perfect. But he became unnecessarily angry and he wanted to kill Amrish Maharaj. He created a demon and he wanted to kill. But Amrish Maharaj was completely undisturbed. And Durvasa Muni then the Sudarshan Chakra was chasing after Durvasa Muni. And Durvasa Muni was running from pillar to post, you can see. So he was so much, attached to save his life. When you can see Amrish Maharaj was not at all disturbed. He did not do any endeavor. He did not put any endeavor to save his body, because he was completely aware of his position as servant of Krishna, and he was completely confident on Krishna's will. Whatever Krishna desires is fine. Maro bhi rakho bhi jo iksha tumhar. Nityadasa prati tuva adhikar. I am your servant, O Lord. Whether you kill me, protect me, it's up to you. The devotee doesn't have any fear. But here you can see the yogi, the great yogi, Durvasa Muni, the great sannyasi. He had so much of fear for his life. So you can see how a yogi, I mean, a devotee is higher than a yogi also. Even though he may be a sannyasi, maybe a great ascetic, but a devotee who is a bhakti yogi is higher than any any yogi or ascetic or any jnani yogi. Higher, much, much higher. Yeah. Same way you find Vishwamitra Muni, he was a great yogi, ascetic, and he was performing penances for many, many lives. I'm sorry, many, many years, thousands of years. But then when Menaka came, then he was disturbed, and then eventually we can see that Shakuntala was born. But you see Haridas Thakur, he was a great devotee, even though he was born in a Muslim family, and he was not like an ascetic like Vishwamitra Muni. So he was chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And because he was completely absorbed in chanting the holy name of the Lord. So when the prostitute came to allure, but he was not at all disturbed. And when Maya Devi herself came to allure him, still he was not tempted. And he initiated Maya Devi also in Krishna Nam. So you can see how a devotee is higher than any yogi or ascetic or any jnani yogi also. Same way you find that in Chaitanya Charitamrita, the Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, great Mayavadi sannyasis. Same with Prakashana Saraswati, great Mayavadi sannyasis. They're all great, great, empiric philosophers, speculative, philosophers. So even though they may be having some kind of, mark of Jnana Yoga, of course this is come kind of very distorted because they were like Mayavadis only. But we see that when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who was a, who was like a, was acting like a simple devotee, though he's a supreme lord, was a devotee in the form of a devotee. So we see that how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu defeats them, and then they become Vaishnava. So many Jnani yogis also eventually become devotees. When Kumaras, when they were also Brahma Jnani, and when they went to Vaikuntha, and then they smell the tulsi release fragrant, and then they also became devotees because they had developed attraction for the Lord, and for Lord service. They became devotees. So you can see they got promoted. Same with Sukdev Goswami, he was also liberated, as soon as he was born, and he was running to the forest. And then later he was attracted to the Bhagavatam verse, where the mercy of Krishna was glorified in the form of giving Putana the destination of Dhatri in the spiritual world. How the Putana was wanting, Putana came to kill Krishna, but Krishna saw the good quality of she trying to feed him. And he thought, okay, he's like my mother. And then he only saw that quality of a mother, and then he gave him position of a mother in the spiritual world. So seeing that, Sukdev Goswami became so attracted, and he became a devotee in the past, in that past time. So you can see how so many Brahmagyanis, the Gyani Yogis, they also become a devotee. They get promoted. So that means that being a devotee of the Lord is the highest position, like that. So tomorrow we will have more discussion on the last verse, right? Last verse of this sixth chapter. And then we will begin seventh chapter from the after tomorrow. So please tomorrow join. Tomorrow we're going to have this last verse. Any quick reflection anybody wants to share?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. I think today's
Yeah.
verse has been very reflective in terms of even Prahlada's bhakti. Even though born in a Asura family, his devotion brought him out of all the troubles, and ultimately, that is our goal.
Yeah. So Prahlad was a small boy. He did not have any power. He was completely surrounded by demoniac people. His father was a demon, great demon, and such a great demon that even the demigods were afraid of him. When he would raise his eyebrows, then even demigods would actually tremble. And he could actually control over. He could have control over even material nature also. When he wanted mangoes in winter, he could get. So the climate, everything was under his control. So he was such a powerful demon. And Prahlad had nothing. He was literally a small boy. Nobody was in favor. I mean, the whole Asuric kingdom was completely against him. But the Prahlad was so powerful because of his devotion. So he had only one weapon. What is that weapon? The weapon of constantly remembering the Lord. So that became a weapon for him. So he was just remembering the Supreme Lord constantly, and with that weapon he could destroy Hiranyakashipu. You can see that Hiranyakashipu was killed. So that's why the power of devotion is the greatest power. So good point you brought it out. So power of devotion is the greatest power. You can see that. So that devotee always stands out. So Hiranyakashipu was a great materialist and atheist. But in comparison to Prahlad, he is nothing. You can see that. The whole kingdom of Hiranyakashipu was destroyed. The kingdom Hiranyakashipu was killed. And in fact, Prahlad was a great devotee. He was praying for his own father's deliverance also. So that's true. So devotee, is always, the most powerful, most dear, and highest, among all. So one should always know that. That's why one shouldn't go by the externals. Somebody may be born in a demonic family, somebody born in a low-born family, somebody may be rich, born in a rich family, somebody may be, some Vaishnava may be handicapped. There may be different externals. Somebody may be, sometimes a devotee may be in the animal body, like Bharat Maharaj, in the deer body. Sometimes you find some animals also exhibit some great devotion. Some rare occasion, but sometimes it happens. Sometimes some cows, they just go to temple and take darshan. There's sometimes some dogs, sometimes some deer like that. So we can find. So anywhere there is a devotion to the Supreme Lord, we have to know that it is highest. It is very special. So one should honor that jiva who is exhibiting devotional attitude to the Supreme Lord. So we should also, in our like community also, like when we have devotee, we should know they are the greatest and rarest species actually. So we should treat the devotees with great honor and respect. We should know that they are the highest people on the planet. Okay, they may be having still some fault, some kind of contamination. They're still on the process of purification, but we should know that they are in the highest process. So gradually they are getting purified and they become pure devotee, and they'll go back to Godhead. So that's why we should be very clear in our understanding that how devotees are. The devotees they actually are above all so-called karmi, yogi, jnani, anyone. So thank you. Thank you so much, Hare Krishna. So let's pause here and see you all tomorrow.